everyone. This is Tim with Online Big Blue, bringing you the best in New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. We're back in the Online Big Blue studios. It's Monday, May 31st, Memorial Day. Hope everyone is taking a moment of remembrance for our military and all military personnel who has served and passed away in defending this country. It's not just about a long weekend, so let's just try to remember that sometimes. Let's get into the New York Football Giants. I wanted to do a quick video today. I wasn't going to do a video, but I decided to because KJ Wright. I did a video about KJ. I've done multitudes of videos about KJ Wright, the linebacker from the Seattle Seahawks, saying that he would fit the need for the New York Giants. I don't know if he would be willing to go over to the coast, the other coast, since he's been in Seattle since 2011. But I just think that he would be a perfect fit for the New York Giants. To bring him in right now and plug him into the roster, because I am not filled with a tremendous amount of hope and confidence in some regards to our linebacking situation. Outside of Blake Martinez, and we've gone through this, and we'll go through it again. You got Cam Brown, 7th-round pick. We don't know exactly what he's going to be. T.J. Brunson, same thing. You don't know what he's going to be. Lorenzo Carter coming back from the Achilles. That's a tough injury to come back from. Carter Coughlin has actually been in this most recent OTA. He has been moved. He was kind of a quasi linebacker, defensive end, but he's been moved over to the linebacker position not permanently, but he was moved over to the linebacker position for this OTA. So you assume he's going to be playing more in that position. Tay Crowder had 2 good games, and we hope that continues. But, again, it's a 7th-round pick. Devontae Downs should not have been a starter. I don't think he's going to even be on the roster. You got the venerable Trent Harris, again. You have Ojulari, who I think is going to be more of a defensive lineman than a linebacker, but I think he's going to be a little bit of both. Reggie Ragland, 6-year pro, of course, came over from Detroit. He is more of a run stopper. We got Smith, the other linebacker we took in the draft out of Northern Iowa. Again, he's a linebacker from Northern Iowa. Don't know what we're going to get out of him yet. And O'Shane Zimenez, of course, is coming off 2 unproductive seasons and an injury. You take a look at those linebackers, and you don't sit there and go, "Wow, that's Taylor Banks, Carlson, and Reasons." You don't feel the confidence. You also have Ryan Anderson. Again, Ryan Anderson is a young veteran at 26 years old, but he's kind of a Washington retread. We need something. We need someone to come in and have a presence. Now imagine just imagine this. If you had a starting rotation of linebackers of Blake Martinez, Ojulari, Reggie Ragland, and KJ Wright. I am not asking KJ Wright, and I've said this a million times, I am not asking KJ Wright to be the guy that he was back in 2014 through 2017. I'm not asking him to be that guy. I'm not even asking him to be the guy that he was in 2019 where he had 132 combined tackles. I'm not even asking him to be that guy. But I want him to come in, and I will take the 31-year-old 2020 KJ Wright, who started 16 games, had 86 tackles, but he also had 10 pass defenses. I want that guy. I want the guy who he's not going to be a guy you always want to break off into coverage. You probably don't. You don't want to do that extendedly, but he's a guy that can fill in. He can fill in for coverage. He will have he will have moments where he's not going to look good, but he's a guy that can man the right side of the line. And if you think about potentially putting Ojulari as a defensive end or putting him in that position, you are going to need someone to back him up on the run. And I have said this a million times. You plug in KJ Wright on the right side. No matter who you have in the defensive end position, he will hold the edge against the run and allow your defensive end to get more of an upfield rush instead of being more concerned about the edge. He will allow you to do that. And like I said, I am not expecting him at 31 years old to come in and be anything but a stopgap player. Maybe a 2-year contract. I mean, his birthday's in July, so he'll be 32 at the start of the season. But he's been fairly durable. He missed 11 games in 18 with the injury. But he's played out of 144 potential games. He started 140. He's played 32 straight after the injury in 18. Now the question, and so he would be a valuable asset to Patrick Graham because it also will allow the Giants not to keep plugging in their safeties into the linebacking positions. That'll work for a period of time, but you can't keep asking Logan Ryan, Xavier McKinney, Peppers to sit there and be in the box safeties. We need some guys that are going to cover, and I think McKinney can be a cover guy. I think he could be a standout cover guy. I really do. We have to just see what he's going to become because really he's only played in a handful of games last season. But we can't keep loading our safeties in the box. They're going to have to start covering. Because I've said this a million times, the league is going to figure out the defense of substitution. It now needs to be a defense of versatility. And KJ Wright will offer you that because he will allow you to reposition certain players at certain times. You could even pair him up with Carter Coughlin on that right side. Same thing if you want to put O'Shane Ximenez over there. Our edge rush is, unless Ojulari turns into be a madman, is going to be suspect. Plain and simple. I mean, you got Nico, we got the kid from Minnesota, and I've said this a million times. People are like, well, we stole him from Minnesota. No, you didn't steal him from Minnesota. Minnesota didn't want him. Defensive ends are at a premium. If Minnesota really wanted this kid, they would have signed him. They wouldn't have let him walk. Because he's a 4-year pro who basically started just last year. And we don't really have, those are really our big, unless you're moving the linebackers in again, because, you picked up Danny Shelton, you have Austin Johnson, Leonard Williams, RJ McIntosh is going to be here, Dexter Lawrence, BJ Hill. BJ Hill, I don't know if he's going to be here either. But you got a lot of interior defensive linemen. You don't have a guy from the outside. So you're going to have to move your linebackers around. And you're going to have to hope that they fill into that position. I think they were going to try to do that with Lorenzo Carter because I think Lorenzo Carter could be a good defensive end. I don't know if he could be a defensive end all the time, but I think he could be a substitutional defensive end. I think the same thing with Carter Coughlin. But the problem, and like I said, we don't know what we have yet from Ojulari because we don't know where he's going to play. So I think it would behoove the Giants to get a veteran presence on that outside to help whatever young defensive end is going to be there. And a player like KJ Wright would be the perfect fit. Now, of course, we're going to have to get under the cap to get him and all that fun stuff. But like I said, we don't seem to care about the cap anymore. So we're not even going to worry about the cap. I don't think he would come here for a veteran minimum. I think you'd have to give him at least a 2-year contract with some guaranteed money in the second year. He may even want to just stay over on the left coast, go play for the Rams or something. But I think he would be the perfect fit for Joe Judge and Patrick Graham. Hope everyone enjoys the remainder of the holiday. Hope everyone, again, remembers what the Memorial Day is all about. And again, this is Tim with Online Big Blue, bringing you the best of New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. And as always, if you can if you can subscribe, if you ring that bell, you know what it means. That'd be awesome.